Welcome to the Brain Wealth Podcast, where we explore the mindset, the moves, and the moments that lead to an abundant life. I'm Bill Tucker, and I'm here with your host, Bryan Repple. Today, we're talking about how one moment of vision by one businessman in his 50s changed the course of business history and maybe can change how you think about your future, too. Bryan, good to be with you. Nice to see you. Tell us about Ray Kroc. What does he have to do with your money, your mindset, your perseverance, and your ability, or my ability, to change my life, no matter age or my past?
You know, Bill, good to be with you and the listeners. And, I was listening to this or watching this Netflix show called The Founder a few weeks ago with Michael Keaton. And it's the founder is the story of Ray Kroc. And some people may associate him to being the founder of McDonald's, which he was not, but it's a really interesting story of a struggling milkshake machine salesman. He's selling milkshakes back in the 50s, and he's doing this out of the back of his car, and he comes across this incredibly really efficient burger joint ran by the McDonald's brothers back in the 50s. And Ray Kroc transforms this one business joint, this one really efficient burger place, into the largest food empire in the world. So this show is not about burgers and fries, but it's really about what happens when belief, vision, and really bold action come together. So, I kind of tie that together because what we really focus on at Repple Wealth is our purpose is simple. It's really to help people make the most of what life God has given you while you're on this rock with clarity, confidence, and more importantly, with a plan. It's not about the products. It's about the strategy and the plan implemented for you. Yes, products and those financial instruments are very important, but how do they align with your vision and what you're looking to accomplish for you and your family's life? So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to tie that all together with one man's vision, purpose, and what he saw, what other people could not see.
Yeah, a lot of us know the story of Ray Kroc. But I'm going to go back to that question I asked you up at the beginning here. Why is his story so relevant to people today who are thinking about their health, wealth, and future?
Yeah, absolutely. So really what I look at is like, are you living your calling, or are you just moving through a calendar? We really think about that. So many people are just checking boxes off on the calendar, but are they really being pulled to something that is creating a life that's worth living for? We get one shot at this thing. At 52 years old, Ray Kroc, he's selling milkshakes out of the trunk of his car, milkshake machines. I mean, this is no fanfare. This isn't a glamorous life, no fame in doing that. Just a man doing what he had to do day in and day out. Many of us feel that way. And I hear from business owners, I hear from a lot of clients, that's the way they feel. They can't wait to that day they can just retire. And it wasn't until one day he stepped into a small burger stand, and the McDonald's brothers were running this place, but Ray saw something different. Where others may have seen, like if you watch the movie The Founder, you may see other people kind of, you see a clean kitchen, you see a really good system. But man, this guy saw a global revolution. He saw the future. But more importantly, he believed what it could be, and it started with him. And I speak that into people's lives because it's like that one decision to pursue that calling, to say yes to something that's burning inside of him, burning inside of you, it can lead to opening. For Ray, it opened to serving over 70 million people a day around the world. Burgers. I mean, and by the way, those burgers are not the best burgers. It's not like you're getting the best burger out there. This is like the lowest quality burger, but this is a vision in what this man implemented. And I'm not saying all of us have to be Ray Kroc, all of us are going to open McDonald's, but it's just for us to begin questioning, are we really living the life we are designed to live? Is your body where you want it to be? Is your health where you want it to be? Are you serving? Are you getting out there and contributing? You might be retired. Are you in the stages of life of saying, man, I'm tired? Or are you really kind of saying, hey, can I step out there and be doing more? Can I be giving? Can I be involved with the community at church? And I see it so many times with clients that people just check out. And whether you're in your 40s, 50s, 70s, there's always something else on the other side if we allow that to open. We weren't created to coast through life. Your health, your wealth, your family, they all rise when you connect with a vision. And we're here to help you do that. And that's really critical. I've had clients come in lately. They don't have any, some people just don't have people to talk to in their lives about this. Yeah. They come in and I heard a lady just not too long ago. Within 1 minute, she said the word worry 5 times within a minute. And I said, what are you worried about? She's like, and one of the comments was, I'm worried about paying tax. I looked at her tax return. I said, you pay no tax already. What are you worried about paying taxes on? I mean, I said, her mindset and her frame of mind was about worry. Everything was worry. How can you live life if everything's a worry? That's not living a thriving, abundant life. And really at the root of her worry, it was, I'm alone. I'm alone. And I said, all right, that's really it. Let's identify that and let's remove the word worry so you can start living life. It's just like, let's remove some of the patterns of thinking that we associate to that prevent us from actually stepping out to live. You get one shot at this joyous, abundant life. So that's what Ray really did great at. He found an opportunity. So we have a lot of younger clients, and I want them to hear that too, because wherever you're at is not necessarily where you're going to be in your life, and it's finding those opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that stands out about Ray, which is pretty amazing, and you alluded to it earlier, you know, some people would have seen a clean kitchen. Some people would have thought, man, these people really have their burger act together. But Ray saw an opportunity where a lot of other people may have seen only the kitchen or limitations. So how does that mindset relate to how we see our own lives, especially when we feel stuck or uncertain like this woman you're talking about?
And it's so easy. It's so difficult to see the trees in the forest. And the question is, are you seeing what's in front of you, or are you seeing what it could become? And that's what we're always trying to teach with individuals, families, and their money. What's the possibility of what this can become? So the McDonald's brothers had built something solid, a very simple, effective burger business, but they were afraid to grow. They were afraid to change. They were afraid to step out and expand. They saw risk. Ray saw potential. And it's kind of interesting, as we record this today, May 2nd, we just came out of the market's being down 20%. I had a group of clients that said, hey, should we be buying now? The conversation was around seeing opportunity, while other clients were focused on fear and the word worry. Like, what if this happens? And here we are on May 2nd, and we've already seen a market change over the last 30 days. Now, will that hold up? We don't know. But it's just over the last 2-3 weeks, we've seen an adjustment where other people saw risk and fear and worry. Other people were able to take advantage of something and grow out of it. So in 1961, he bought Ray Kroc. This is a really fun fact here. He bought the McDonald's brothers out for a check of $2.7 million. $2.7 million.
That's a lot of money in 1961. That's a lot of money in 61, Bryan.
That's a lot of money in 1961. But to think Ray Kroc is now serving over 70 million people a day around the world. It is the largest fast food restaurant. So what he understood was this: most people settle for what they can see. They can see. So people settle that, whether it's risk in the market. I've got some new clients I'm working with. They've never really invested in the market. They understand cash. They understand what they can see. But visionaries, they build what others can't yet imagine. You have to be able to look at information and be able to absorb and say, what is the possibility with this? Paying taxes is always an option. You can always pay your tax, but doing tax planning is being a visionary. It's doing things that other people can't see and say, all right, I'm going to get this and do this strategy. So what about you? Where does that fall into individuals' lives? Maybe your dreams seem small right now. This is maybe seems for some of my younger clients. Maybe your body, your health isn't where you want it to be. Maybe your finances, I see this all the time. They feel scattered. They seem overwhelming. But what if all of it was just the starting point? The seed of something that could be so much greater. That's the opportunity. Whatever it is today does not have to be where it is 30 days, 1 year from now. It's only a starting point when you begin to become a visionary and address it and imagine what's possible. This is what we really focus on at Repple Wealth. We exist to help people uncover really the bigger picture, to see your life just not as it is, but as it can become, and then walk you step by step and to make it real. Since 1982, my father's been doing this. I've been doing this since 1987 for almost 27 years now, helping individuals and families ride through the financial storms, ride through the chaos, the uncertainty, and then get them to that other side and seeing them live that life. It's so much fun. Newer clients sometimes have a hard time with that because they don't see what's possible. They haven't gone through that journey yet before. So it's just a lot of fun to help families through that there.
Bryan, a lot of people wait until they have what they think is the perfect plan before they take action, whether it's with their money, their health, their calling. So what do you say to someone who is waiting for that perfect moment?
Listen, I've lived by that. How many of us say when I have this done correctly, that's when it will be, I'll execute it. I'll do it. And the whole idea is starting. So are you waiting for perfection, or are you really waiting to start? I mean, are you ready to really start? Because that's the idea. So many people are just waiting for things to be perfect. And it's like, no, are you ready to start? If it's for your health, take action. If it's signing up to go to the gym, it's signing up for the program. And what I realize is people say no to doing things because they're afraid they've done it before and something's going to fail. It's not going to work. So they say, no, I'm not going to do it. But is it the program that fails or the individual? Because the program is only as good as the commitment as the individual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there bad programs out there? Yes. Not saying that they're not, but if you do the due diligence, is the program probably right? It's the individual that is not committing to showing up. It's the individual that's not following through and executing. So Ray Kroc, what really makes his story fun is he didn't have any type of plan. He saw the opportunity. He didn't have a perfect plan, but he did not wait for the ideal market to say, well, the market is up now. I'll start investing. He didn't wait for perfect health. He had all sorts of health issues. He wasn't waiting for a sure thing. He started anyway. And I'm trying to speak into someone's life out there that's sitting on the fence of saying, should I do this or not? Whatever that thing is, take the step forward. There is no pain in taking the step forward. If it's failure and if something doesn't happen, it's okay. You learn from it. You grow. It's the people that are unwilling to move. They get stuck in life. They're stuck in mud. I don't like being stuck in mud. I take action. I like taking action. Do the hard things. And because of that decision, Ray Kroc, I think we can all say now, the golden arches. I mean, this is kind of like, I don't know if this is a fact, but it's just, those golden arches could possibly be more recognized, one of the most recognized symbols on earth. I mean, I would say a cross is probably one of the most recognized, and maybe those golden arches. I mean, they're in every country around the world. So this guy has expanded this business beyond anything we've ever seen. So, and it didn't happen overnight. One of my favorite lines is Rome was not built overnight. If anyone's ever heard this, but Rome was built every day.
Yes.
That's with your finances. That's with your health. It's with your relationships. It's with your family. It's in all the things that you do. So it doesn't happen overnight. It's through a messy progress, a very messy progress. But it's through persistence and belief we get to those dreams and those visions, those financial dreams, the health dreams, the family, the trips. Those things become real, but it's through the process that we get you there, that we help clients get it. So your future works the same way. Whether your dream is to retire well, restore your health, or create generational wealth, It starts with action. It starts with clarity. And really, it should start today. So that's why we're here. Repple Wealth was created to help you in the steps into the next chapter of your life with confidence. So Bill, I'm gonna really kind of just close out here. So it's just not financially, but it's emotionally, spiritually, and I'd really say the greatest thing is purposefully. It's helping you design that purpose for where your money and your life is going. So I've always said, you've heard me many times on the show, if you're 42 now and you get to show up at 62, your body's going to show up. How is your money going to show up? How's your health going to show up? How's your mindset, your maturity, your relationships? How are they going to show up? And I've seen clients that say, you know what? They don't take action. Well, great. You wait 1 year. That's 1 year delayed. That's 1 year in your health. That's 1 year. All those, any type of delay is something in the future that's going to be delayed. It's not the delay now. It's the impact on the backside. And I think I mentioned this new client I was working with a couple weeks ago. They were talking to another advisor, and this advisor had ran these financial plans that said, you're in great shape. Well, and I said, well, let me run it. I ran the exact same numbers. And I said, you're in great shape. But if you sneeze wrong, if you take any money out for a car, a major purchase, a home, any of these life events, it's not that one event's going to affect you. This is what happens on the backside. It will affect the years of that money when you need it the most, maybe between 70, 80, and 90. So that's what we do, is really I want to bring clarity and make sure, are you going in the direction you want to go in? So, Bill, I hope that Ray Kroc message kind of aligns with vision, purpose, and just really taking that leap forward of living an abundant life.
No, it totally resonates and totally makes sense, especially the way you talk about it with the kind of passion that you have for it. For anybody who's listening to the podcast who maybe thinks they want to have a conversation with you that's not already a client, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you, Bryan?
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. Please reach out. It's Bryan, Bryan, at garepple.com, or go to the website, repplewealth.com. And listen, your life is now. So let's live it well, on purpose. And I always say it's designed with a plan.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you were listening to this podcast and you're not a subscriber, become one. That's pretty easy. Just hit that follow button. Means you have to take a little bit of action, which is practice for your conversation with Bryan later on. Okay. And if you like the podcast, please tell people about it. Promote it. We appreciate word of mouth promotion. So until next time, remember, this is the Brain Wealth Podcast, where we turn vision into action, purpose into planning, and someday into now. Until next time, keep building the life you were born to live.
Thank you for listening to Brain Wealth with Bryan Repple. Click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. Visit our website at www.repplewealthgroup.com. That's REPPLE wealthgroup.com. The information covered and posted represents the views and opinions of the guest and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of Bryan Repple. The content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional investing advice. Always seek the advice of your financial advisor or other qualified financial service provider with any questions you may have regarding your investment planning. Bryan Repple is a registered representative and investment advisor for G.A. Repple & Company, member of FINRA SIPC.